Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss about joint stock company. Okay, so what does this joint stock company means? Firstly, let us go through the definition. So the company is a form of organization which is considered to be the most suitable for organizing business activities on large scale. It has advantages of attracting huge capital from the public, which adequate capital can employ trained, experienced manager to run the business activity and efficiently they operate the business. Here the company's type of business here simply a company is started by introducing some capital, or suppose we can take an example like by 1 lakh rupees we started a company. Actually lot of money is required for forming a company, but here we are just taking a vague example of 1 lakh rupees. And suppose we are some shareholders, so what we are going to do, we are going to just split that part of capital which has been invested into the business into the number of the shares, and that shares are going to be distributed among the shareholder. So each and every share which has been held by the person, it is called as a part ownership of that particular business. Okay, so here lot of amount can be taken in form of shares. Suppose a company wants 500 crores of rupees, what it can do, it can simply just bring come out with the shares, means they will have to issue shares in the public, then the public is going to purchase the shares, and after that all the money will come to the company, and then they are going to invest that money into the business. So this is how the company form of business can arrange a lot of money, and they can easily carry it out all those kind of activity which are difficult in case of sole proprietorship or partnership or cooperative organizations and all. They can easily carry out all such kind of activities, like employing good managers maybe from IIMs and all. So they can easily pay them money because they already arranged the capital by issuing shares in the public. So this is how they make the company. Okay, और इसके अलावा और हम इसको थोड़ा हिंदी में भी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं ताकि आपको थोड़ी बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिल जाए। जो कंपनी है उसको अपन ने क्या किया है, उसका जो कैपिटल जिससे स्टार्ट किया उसको डिवाइड कर दिया अपन ने इन सम शेयर्स। शेयर्स एक कागज़ का पीस ही रहता है, बेसिकली उस पर लिखा हुआ रहता है कि आप कितने ओनरशिप आप उस कंपनी में ओ करते हो। इट जस्ट डिस्क्राइब्स कि कितना पैसा आपने उस कंपनी में लगा रखा है, उसी को बोलते हैं पार्ट ओनरशिप। और उस पर जो पैसा मिलता है आपको पार्ट ऑफ प्रॉफिट, इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज डिविडेंड। डिविडेंड को लाभांश भी बोलते हैं। ओके, सो दैट इज समथिंग विच यू कैन रिमेंबर। So let's move forward. Now, what are the features of the joint stock company? Okay, the first feature is separate legal existence. So here the company will be having a separate legal existence. So here we can say that company is a separate legal existence, means a company and the entity which has been running in the economy. Like if you talk about Reliance India Limited, so whatever the business activity is being done by the Reliance India Limited is basically done on the basis of its own name. Like suppose if you're purchasing something from LG Electronics, then definitely you can say that LG company is on invoice, the LG company name will be written. So what does it mean? That the company LG is doing business with you. So directly the businessman or the board of director who are taking the decision, they are not dealing with you, it is the company who is dealing with you. So that is the meaning of separate legal existence. And as we know that it is already artificially created under the law, so it is having just an identity like a artificial person, and they can means a company can deal with you in its own name. The second point will be artificial person. Artificial persons means that person who is not having a uh, real identity, like you and I, we are real persons, but the company is like basically formed in the name. Like if you talk about Reliance India Limited, so that company is registered in the Indian Company Act. That's why it's having a legal existence. Okay, so legal existence means that the company is bound to have a identity in the eyes of the law. When the registrar write the name of the company in its register, then it means that the company has been established and it can do any kind of transaction. Like when we purchase something or from the market, we see that the company is dealing with us, and it does not have a real hand like a real person, but it has got its own signature, like a signature, like a common seal of the company that works like a signature. So it is having an identity which is there in the eyes of the law. So if you want to end the company, then only its existence can be put to end by again ending it by the help of law, because the company which is created by the law, it can only be ended by the help of law. If you want to end it, means if you want to wind up the company, then it can only be done by the help of law. So that is the meaning of artificial person. Okay. Now the third is registration. So according to this, it is compulsory for companies to get registered under Indian Company Act 2013, and then only a company's existence can be there. The fourth is perpetual succession. Succession means if somebody is, suppose some owner is dying of a business. Say for example, if Dhirubhai Ambani was there, so he died. Then the company comes into the hands of his sons. So it is not going to, like, it is not a sole proprietorship kind of business that company is going to end if the owner dies. Here, the existence of this company is in the eyes of the law. It has been registered under Indian Company Act 2013, which means that it will not end, it will go on. So the business will continue, doesn't matter if the owner dies. So this is the meaning of perpetual succession, जो कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. और कब खत्म होगा? It will only be end when you just wind up the company according to the law. जैसे वाइंडिंग अप, बिजनेस की वाइंडिंग अप की भी प्रोसेस रहती है, किस तरह से बिजनेस को एंड करना है, वो ऐसा करके हमको उसको एंड अप करना पड़ेगा बाय द हेल्प ऑफ लॉ. तो उसकी भी प्रोसीजर रहती है, दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर ग्रेजुएशन वेर यू विल बी लर्निंग अबाउट इट. ओके, दैट इज परपेचुअल सक्सेशन. ओके. Now, this point is common seal. What is common seal? As we already discussed, that company is an artificial person created by law. So that means if a artificial person is there, so it is not having real hands like you and I. So what it can do? It will have to sign. So what thing works like a signature? Because when we sign, we use our hands, but it is an artificial person company. So how it's going to साइन? सो इट इज़ अ कॉमन सेल्स, जिसको अपन स्टैम्प बोलते हैं, जिसको आप लगाते हो कागज़ों पे. वी पुट दैट स्टैम्प ऑन द पेपर, देन ओनली द डील इज फाइनलाइज. सो दैट इज काइंड ऑफ signature on the behalf of the company. So that is called as common seal. Okay. Now, transferability of shares. As I already told you that easily the transfer of the shares can be done here. So here the capital of the company is divided into shares. I had already told you about this. The shares of the company are freely transferable by its member. So here there are no restrictions. They are not going to ask anyone, like in case of partnership firm, it you have to ask the several partners, but here in case of company it is not like that. You can easily transfer your share, means you can sell your shares to some other person without taking consent of the others. Okay, then separate ownership and control. Now, the company is a form of business, is owned by the shareholders. Okay, so actual, who is the owner? Shareholders. So they are called as the owners. Okay, but actual the control or all the actions are being taken here by the board of directors. So board of directors, they actually control all the activities of the company, but the ownership is in the hand of shareholders. But it is not like that. If the shareholders are there, so it is not like that every shareholder will get right to take decisions of the business. It is a board of director who control all the activities of business. Okay. The last point is limited liability. This is very good point. The limited liability of the members limited to the extent of the capital contribution in the company. So here, what does it mean? If contribution, suppose you are a shareholder, you contributed only rupees 10,000 in the company. So what is the maximum amount which can be taken from you? It is 10,000 only, or your loss will be 10,000 only. In case बिजनेस डजेंट वर्कआउट, फेल हो जाता है बिजनेस, तो आपको उतना ही पे करना है जितना आपने कंपनी में लगाया है. नथिंग कैन बी टेकन फ्रॉम योर पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी. आपकी पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी को कोई हाथ भी नहीं लगाएगा. दिस इज द थिंग लिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी इज ऑल अबाउट. ओके. नाउ व्हाट आर द मेरिट्स ऑफ द जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी? First, merit, limited liability. As we already discussed, limited liability means nothing can be taken from your personal property. Simply, whatever the money you have invested in the business, only that will be your loss. अगर business नहीं चलता, सिर्फ वही चीज़ आपकी loss रहेगी. कौन सी? जो कैपिटल आपने पैसा लगाया था. जैसे कि हमने सबने मिलके कुछ 1 लाख रुपये लगा के हमने कंपनी को चलाया, कंपनी वर्क नहीं करी, तो नुकसान में, इन केस ऑफ लॉस कितना भी हो सकता है, डजेंट मैटर. लॉस कैन बी इन करोर्स, बट सपोज आई contributed only 5 lakhs. So what will be my loss, or what can be maximum amount taken from me? It will be 5 lakhs. The second, transfer of interest. So transfer of interest means what? The share of the company can be easily bought and sold in the market. If the owners of the share is in need of cash, he can easily share the share and get the cash. Simple. अगर आपके पास शेयर है और आपका इंटरेस्ट था कंपनी में, अभी तक इंटरेस्ट क्या होता है कंपनी में, सी ये शेयर होल्डर बनते क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे कंपनी का मालिक बनना है, एक्चुअली आई वांट टू बिकम अ ओनर, एंड एक्चुअली आई वांट टू गेट दैट पार्ट ऑफ ओनरशिप इन फॉर्म ऑफ प्रॉफिट। तो प्रॉफिट का जो पार्ट आपको मिलता है शेयर होल्ड करने पर, उसको बोलते हैं डिविडेंड। फॉर दैट आई वॉज हैविंग इंटरेस्ट इन द कंपनी, बट नाउ आई नीड कैश, सो व्हाट कैन आई डू? आई कैन सेल माई शेयर्स इन द स्टॉक मार्केट्स एंड आई विल गेट द कैश, मैं उसको दे सकता हूँ। सो लिक्विडिटी इज देयर इन केस ऑफ शेयर्स, बिकॉज इजिली यू कैन सेल any kind of share of any company to any person actually, and he will pay you that amount. So it is basically done in the stock market or the capital markets of the country. Perpetual existence. Perpetual existence means what? Which is not going to end, means it means that company is not going to end in near future if the owner dies. Okay, so company is going to continue its business, doesn't matter the owner dies or stays. It will be passed on, business will be passed on from generation to the generations. So they suppose if owner dies, then his son will carry on the activities of the business, but the business never dies. That is the meaning of perpetual succession, because it is created by law. So it is having existence in the eyes of law, and if you want to end it, like business कब मर सकता है? जब उसको law के through, कानून के through ही खत्म कर दिया जाए. Now growth and expansion. Easily this point suggests that growth means company expand its business and or increases number of products. So easily these things can be done, because already we are taking a lot of money in form of or issuing shares in the public, and we are taking money from them. So it is very easy for us to expand the activities of the business or increase the product line of the business. By issuing shares we get money, we can increase, do expansions of the business. That's it. Okay, now the next point is efficient management. Why this management is efficient over here in case of company? Definitely company is having lot of resources, financial resources, so they can take services of good entrepreneurs or some good quality managers, and they can pay them good salaries, maybe from IM and all. So this is how they can get quality of management, or they can do an efficient management who can take their business to a great height. So they have ability to pay. But in the case of earlier form of business like sole proprietorship or partnership, we learned that there was not such kind of thing. They were not even able to hire the good quality services, because they were having limited resources. But this is in the case of the company, we are having huge financial resources, so no problem in doing management. So that's why the management is efficient over here. Now the larger amount of capital. So larger amount of capital means they can arrange large amount of money by issuing shares in the public. The public will purchase the share, this cash will come to the, or the cash will route through the banks and come to the company, and this is how the shares will be given to the public, and actually the company raises the money from the people. So this is how the large amount of capital can be required whenever required by issuing shares among the public. ओके, तो ये चीज़ याद रखना, कंपनी को बिजनेस एक्सपेंड करना है, बढ़ाना है, तो कंपनी क्या करेगी? लाइक अगर अपन बात करें भी पतंजलि लिमिटेड की, तो पतंजलि प्राइवेट लिमिटेड है, अगर उसको प्राइवेट लिमिटेड से पब्लिक लिमिटेड कर दिया जाए, मतलब उसके शेयर्स मार्केट में ला दिए जाएँ, तो उसको हर कोई खरीद लेगा, ठीक है। एंड देन व्हाट विल हैपन? एक बार शेयर खरीद ली तो आप बन जाओगे शेयर होल्डर, बट यहाँ पर जो पैसा आएगा कंपनी के पास, कंपनी उस 500 करोड़ को क्या करेगी? बिजनेस में लगाएगी और एक्सपेंड कर लेगी। तो लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ कैपिटल रिसोर्स अरेंज किए जा सकते हैं। ओके, now demerits and disadvantages. What are the demerits of the company? Complexity in formation. The formation of the company involves lengthy and complicated process. Many legal formalities have to be completed. Many documents have to be prepared and submitted. Now here what are they talking about? यहाँ पर बहुत सारी कागजी कार्रवाई होती है, lot of forms and paper like memorandum, articles, all these papers you'll have to submit to the registrar. Then registrar will get convinced, then only he is going to register your name in the company, in the register of the company. So this is a long and complicated process, that so many formalities you will have to do in case of registration and all. So whenever you think to form a company, then it is very complex process to go through it. So you require a good quality of company secretary or chartered accountants and some corporate lawyers, so they can help you out with this. The second is lack of secrecy. So why the secret can be here? The secret can be here because as we know that all the balance sheets and profit and loss statements will be published in the on the websites and in the newspaper and in the magazines. So what will happen? No secrets can be there. Everybody who's reading the balance sheet, he will come to know about the activities of the business every year, and it is compulsory to register the company. Okay, so every year you it is sorry, it is not important to register is important means I'm trying to say that every year it is compulsory for the company to publish its accounts in the newspaper or magazines, because you have to give it to the or show it to the public, because as per law you will have to do it. So there is no secrecy. Then impersonal work environment. What does this mean? The company is not managed by the owners but is managed by the professional managers. Okay, so this manager gets salary from the services, and so there is no relation between the efforts and the rewards. The increase in the company's profit will not increase the income of the manager. So all these managers are working simply with devotion to make the management better. But this is like who is going to get the profit out of it? Definitely it will be the shareholders. So the actual profit takers is going to be the shareholders, so they are taking the money. But who is doing the hard work over here? All the hard work is been done by the directors or the managers who are taking control and controlling all the activities of the business. So this is we can say that they are doing efficient work, but the profit is being shared among all. Now, numerous regulations. Regulations means somebody is looking or taking care of it. So, company form of business has to comply with legal formalities at different stages, and there is a penalty for the company fails to meet any of the formalities. A company has to file return and annual reports with the registrars. So, if the company here unable to fulfill the requirements according to the law, they will have to. Okay, so here numerous regulations are there. Means the company will have to pay the penalty at the different stages if they are unable to file the return or annual reports. So what does this annual report mean? So it is annual report is that document of the company which shows the financial performance over the year, which is been issued to the shareholders. So on the website of the company you may find annual report. So it is compulsory, and if the company fails to file such kind of report with the registrars, then in this case the company will have to pay heavy penalties. So here the numerous regulations are there, बहुत सारे rules and regulations बना रखे हैं. तो रजिस्ट्रार को यहाँ पर आपको सबमिट करना है. If they are not able to do, then fine and penalties are against it. So here it is called as numerous regulations. So this is a demerit of it. Okay. Now also this legal influence day-to-day operations result in lack of secrecy. So as we know, when we publish the balance sheet, definitely the secrets of the company will come out in front of the shareholders. Even if some scam is there, then it will be coming out. Like we have seen this in the case of Satyam company, where there was nothing on the balance sheet. Like there was 500 crores on the balance sheet, but in the account of the company there was no money. So this was a result. Even some, we can see that after such a kind of strictness, we can see that scams are there. Okay, so if you want to know about that Satyam scam, you can what was the Satyam scam is all about. You'll have to go to the internet and you'll have to find it out. Then delay in decisions. So why this delay in decision is there? Because as a lot many people are there, so many board of director will be there who are going to take the decisions of the company. So when they are going to take the decision of the company, they are from different background, they are going to have their own opinions. So when different types of opinion come in the company, what will happen? The delay in the decision will be there. So the decision will be done or taken in a very long time period. So it is not a sole proprietorship where the single person was taking all the kind of decision and he was easily able to take all the kind of decisions. Now, oligarchic management. See, oligarchic management means the control is in the few hands of the people. So it is called as oligarchic management. So here we can say that the shares are distributed among all the shareholders, and all the shareholders are called the owners of the company. But in actual real practice, this all these things are in paper only. The real control and management is in the hands of board of director. So they are the real person who are going to take control of everything. So here the management is in the hand of the few peoples over here. It is not in the hands of each and everyone. Okay, so it exists on the paper. In real life, company is in the hand of control of few people like directors. Now conflict in interest. Conflicts means लड़ाई झगड़े. Interest मतभेद क्यों हो जाते हैं? What is the basic reason? See, company है. Everybody has got its own point of view of interest in the company. Like debenture holders are there. जो कि debenture holders वो लोग होते हैं जो कि company को loan देते हैं and in return they will take interest. And the company pays interest on such kind of debentures to these debenture holders. On the other side there are shareholders. They want डिविडेंड्स. शेयरहोल्डर्स को डिविडेंड मिलता है. तो यहाँ पर ये देखने पड़ेगा हमको कि हर किसी का कुछ ना कुछ इंटरेस्ट रहता है. तो यहाँ पर कभी कभी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स होते हैं. लाइक डिबेंचर होल्डर्स विल डेफिनेटली डिमांड फॉर गुड रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. उनको अच्छा इंटरेस्ट रेट चाहिए रहता है. एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन द स्टॉक मार्केट कंडीशंस आर बेटर, द शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ द company they demand good dividends from the company. They expect this. So sometimes this conflict leads to downfall of the prices of the shares in the market because of this conflict in the companies. So there are different type of people who are having different interest. Like board of director will be having some different interest, owner, shareholders, debenture holders. So all these things make or creates conflicts in the business. ये सब चीज़ें लड़ाई झगड़े क्रिएट करती हैं. एम्प्लॉयज भी हो सकते हैं, डायरेक्टर भी हो सकते हैं. तो इनके हर एक का एक इंटरेस्ट रहता है. एम्प्लॉय को क्या चाहिए रहता है? गुड रेट ऑफ सैलरी. सो इफ दे आर नॉट गेटिंग गुड रेट ऑफ सैलरी, देन अगेन देयर विल बी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इन द business. So that's all for today, and we are going to continue tomorrow with our next topic, like the types of company it will be. Okay, so till then, thank you.